guys, Serena Starlight here. So this is just a little tip for beginner practitioners, baby witches, those of you just getting started out in the craft. Now, this is my, personal advice, not a fact. You don't have to listen to me, but as someone who's been practicing since 2012-ish, 2014-ish, I have a lot of knowledge and advice to give. And one of the things that I regret as a beginner practitioner, when I really started to go hardcore into it, was spending all of my money on crap. You know, the tools, the whatever, all the witchy stuff. Because as I went farther down my craft, I got more experienced. I realized I wasted a bunch of money because I did not end up needing any of those things. So I wasted a bunch of money. And I've noticed it's something that a lot of beginner practitioners do. They're like, oh, I'm going to become a witch. I'm going to start practicing, which is fine. But then they go and they blow all this money on Amazon and Temu and Etsy, and they buy all the witchy crap. Most of that stuff you will not use. It is a waste of money. I would not buy a single thing unless it is books, and do your research on that book before you buy it. But I would not buy a single thing, no tools, no herbs, no nothing, until you have at least 2 years of studying. Because a lot of these things you're going to realize that you don't need, and it's going to get thrown away or wasted, and then you're going to come up with the things that you do need, and you won't have the money for it. That's the mistake I made as a beginner. So save your money. Start saving $10 here, $20 here. Study for a few years, 2 to 3 years. Start making a list of things that you think you will need. That list, by the time you have the knowledge to actually cast your first spell, most of those things you're going to cross off on your list. The main things you're going to need is fireproof trays to burn your spells on, fire safety things like a fire extinguisher. Keep baking soda nearby because that can put out small fires. You will need a cauldron. More than likely you will need a good cauldron to burn things in. That's really all I use is a cauldron and fire safe containers to burn my stuff on. You know, I went out and spent thousands on wands and crystals and herbs and all this crap when I was younger because I had money from things like babysitting and stuff. And most of this stuff I didn't use. It went to waste. It was cheap. It got broken. I do highly recommend shopping from thrift stores and yard sales, especially looking for fireproof containers, bowls, because bowls will come in handy a lot. But yeah, most things, you don't need a lot of tools. You really don't. It also depends on what you're practicing, what your craft is, what your path is. But most modern magic that most people are doing is white girl magic, bitchcraft magic, modern magic. And a lot of that magic has to do with working with oils and herbs. I do recommend having a good table, a good wooden table. If you have like a good wooden coffee table, I would recommend that. But yeah, I would not invest in anything unless it's, getting little things here and there from a yard sale. Because you really don't need a lot. You just really need fireproof things, honestly. But like I said, it depends on your craft. Don't go out and buy a bunch of herbs and oils either. Once you start venerating your ancestors, you start connecting with your higher self, your spirit guides, connecting with other spirits, whatever, you will realize that there are certain ingredients that you work with and certain ingredients that you don't want to work with, because plant spirits are a thing. Plant spirits, as you progress, as you learn, as you progress and learn, plant spirits will reach out to you. That's a whole nother discussion in itself, but they will reach out to you. Like you'll just start thinking about that plant. You'll start seeing that plant. You'll see it on Amazon. Like this plant, this herb is really reaching out to me. I really feel like I should buy it. Like for me, the recent ingredient that's been reaching out to me is bone set. Bone set has literally been screaming at me, buy me, buy me, buy me. So that's a new plant spirit that I've added to my collection. So yeah, when you start off in your craft, take that time for studying. Don't buy anything because you'll waste your money. Come up with a saving, study for 2 to 3 years, hell, even 4 years. 2 to 3 years ain't even that long either. But start like researching plants. What plants scream to you? What plants call to you? What plants you're not able to stop thinking about? Like angelica root. You saw angelica root and you have not been able to stop thinking about it for weeks. So certain ingredients will reach out to you and you will develop relationships with those plant spirits. And it's just a long, long discussion I could talk about forever. But yeah, don't go spending no money if you're a baby witch. I'm telling you, you won't need those herbs. You won't need those crystals. You will waste your money. Study for a few years first. Figure out what ingredients you want to work with, what wants to work with you. Then go invest and just build up your savings until then. But yeah, I just wanted to give that advice because if I can get in a time machine and tell my younger stupid self, hey, don't waste that money. Save that thousands and thousands of dollars because you're wasting it. And I see it a lot in baby witches. They go out and buy all the herbs, the crystals, the tarot decks, this, that, and the third. You really only need one good tarot deck. But yeah, don't waste your money. Like I'm telling you, don't waste it. Especially don't go out and buy herbs and oils off the bat. You want to buy that fresh. So, yeah, this is just a witchy tip. Study for a few years. And if you want to start casting, well, you should study for a few years before you ever start casting. That's just my advice. But buy birthday candles. Birthday candles are very cheap and very good to practice with. I'm actually going to make a video on YouTube on how to practice with a birthday candle. But yeah, birthday candles, you don't need nothing else but a birthday candle. Those are good to start off practicing spells with just for practice. So yeah, save your money.